Hi, I'm Karen Ricker. Welcome to the virtual fair, and today I'm talking with one of our alums, Robin. Robin, can you take a few minutes to introduce yourself?
Sure. So I'm Robin Boswick. I graduated from Albright in 2011, and I was a theater major. I also did minors in art history and arts administration. I'm originally from McAllen, Texas, which is on the tip of Texas on the border with Mexico and close to the Gulf Coast. Let's see. So I studied theater at Albright, right? Had a wonderful experience. I then lived in several different states like Minnesota and Pennsylvania and Massachusetts and New York. And I worked a lot of different day jobs, which is what we call our non-theater related jobs. And I acted in plays and did a lot of extra work, especially in New York, and television shows. I did some short films. And then I sort of decided that acting really wasn't giving me what I wanted anymore from life. So I figured out what else I liked, and that was higher education. So then I went to graduate school at Boston University, and now I'm a student success specialist here at Albright. So I work with first-year students on the transition to college. So things like study skills, time management, accessing on-campus resources, and things like that.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad you're with us.
Me too.
So you talk with students about, building their skills for success. So what would you say are some of the things that, are there any particular skills or anything that's really stuck with you from being a theater major?
Sure, absolutely. I think the number one thing is collaboration, teamwork, basically working with other people on a common goal. Theater requires a lot of people working together to make it happen. It's not just the actors on stage, it's not just the director, it's everyone working together. And I think what was great about theater at Albright is that I got to experience a lot of different pieces of that. I didn't just act, I didn't just direct. I also did other things, like I worked front of house. I stage managed as part of an internship that I did at Wellfleet Harbor Actors Theater. I directed, I acted. I also helped build sets and assist with some of the design work. So I think I really got to see all sides. And so now that helps me when I'm working on anything to kind of see all sides and everyone's roles in a process. The other thing that goes along with that is managing time. So theater is a live event, so you really have to make sure that you're paying attention to details and that things are on time and that you think about an experience from a start to a finish. So what happens when the audience comes in to what happens when they leave, basically, as well.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. So now one last question for you. What advice do you have for someone that would be considering theater as their major?
Yes, so I think it's always really important to talk to people who are in the major and people who graduated with the major. So that starts with talking to current students in the major. Talk to sophomores, juniors, and seniors who majored or at least co-majored in theater. Ask them what the experience was like and what they learned and kind of what they plan to do afterwards. Same thing, talk to the professors. Talk to them about what they expect from students in the major. Ask if they can introduce you to alumni who've been in the major who are maybe working in an area of theater that you're interested in. So if you're really interested in acting, talk to people who are actors. If it's directing, talk to people who were also interested in that. If it's tech or design, talk to those people. So professors are a really good way to get introduced to those people. And when you talk to people, you want to ask them basically about their career path. So how did they get to where they got? Very few people graduate and immediately are getting booked in a tons of plays. They're really lucky if they are. So what internships did they do? What important skills did they do? What does the actual day-to-day of being an actor or being a designer really look like? So that way you can actually decide, is that type of career right for me?
Sure, great advice. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today.
Sure.